there, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I have recorded. Work has been a little busy and I've actually switched jobs, so I will be starting my new job this Monday. So that's why I haven't been really recording or posting much. I've been busy with that. Yeah. Sorry, I have some allergies, so if I have the sniffles, I'm sorry. So I have quite a bit of finished objects to share today. I will start with what I'm wearing. It is one of my recent finishes. This is the Rota Sleeveless top by Irene. I made the sweater version of this not too long ago. I'll get up so you can see a little better. So I made a cropped style, and yeah, I think it turned out quite lovely. I'm really loving the fit of it. Has this beautiful cable detail down this side, and yeah, it's a beautiful lace and cable work motif. You get a little bit of ribbing throughout to break it up, but I absolutely love it. I think it is looking great. And yeah, let's see if I can sit back down gracefully. I have my phone kind of stacked up to try and hold it steady, but it may not be working out too well. Okay, my apologies. So, absolutely love this top. I made it out of, let me look at it real fast. I have my Ravelry open over here on the left. It is out of the Lion brand Re-Up cotton yarn. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. It may be a little bit loud. Sorry if that affected any of the... Oh, anyways. Sorry. Back to what I was talking about. So the yarn is Lion brand Re-Up cotton. I bought it from Joann's Joann Fabrics on a cone. So it had about like 600 something yards on it, and I was able to make the entire top right here. This is the size 2, by the way, with that entire cone with a little bit to spare. Yeah, so I absolutely love it. I think it's a great beginner project. I think it's lovely. The yarn isn't my favorite. It's just a little bit dry, as most cotton yarns are. But this one, I don't know. I probably won't knit with it again. I'm glad I made this because it will be a good staple to have in my wardrobe, but it wasn't my favorite. I would probably go more with a cotton merino yarn next time. But yeah, nothing too much to write home about, other than I loved the pattern. The pattern is fabulous. It's just the yarn, I think it would have been a lot more easygoing, not as labor intensive on my hands, because it did make my hands ache quite a bit. So I would just probably pick out a different cotton yarn or a blend. A couple of my other projects I have finished. One of them I will not be able to show. It is the tank top that I am making, or that I had made for my best friend Taylor, who lives down in Texas. I will post a photo over here to show you the finished look of it. I do not have a picture of her wearing it as of yet, but I did finish that. It is the June Top Light by Petite Knit. And I made the extra small for my best friend, and I used knitting for olive pure silk in the colorway Poppy Blue. I used about like 1.5 skeins of that, maybe 2, if I believe. I think I used 2 full skeins, and I had a little bit left over. Absolutely loved that pattern. It's just really tiny needles, so probably won't be making that one again anytime soon. Maybe next year I'll make one for myself, but as of right now, nope. Not gonna make it again for a while. Absolutely loved the color. It looks absolutely stunning on my best friend. Oh my god, and she loves it. She said that the construction of it, because she is, you know, a smaller busty lady. She said that it actually made the girls look pretty good, so she loved it, so that made me happy. I also finished my Camisole number 5, and I have been wearing it so it doesn't look as pretty as it normally does out of the wash, but anyway, absolutely love this tank top. It is so pretty. I have worn this already a handful of times. I think to my nephew's birthday party I've worn it. Around the house I've worn it to work a couple of times, paired with an oversized top. So I really highly recommend that one. By My Favorite Things Knitwear, I made the size large in that. And the Knitting for Olive pure silk yarn, I used the Dusty Artichoke colorway. I used about 3 skeins plus a little bit from the 4th. And then a old WIP that I had languishing for over a year was the mini mock neck tank by Jessie Made Designs. I made the large size, and I used the Knitting for Olive cotton merino. There's a lot of Knitting for Olive in here, but I used the Dusty colorway. And I recently finished this beauty. I think it is absolutely lovely. With mine, I ended up having to hold it double-stranded. When I tried like a year ago, I did just a single strand and it was not going to fit whatsoever, and I think I was knitting the medium size, or no, maybe I was still knitting the large, and I just ripped out fully, and so I ended up just doing 2-stranded for the whole thing. I think it's absolutely lovely. I think the double-stranded actually gave it a little bit more like girthiness or like squishiness. It feels really good. I love it. I highly enjoyed this pattern because the pattern has a really nice way of getting your arm sleeves like knit while you're knitting the rest of the body, and so you don't have to go back and redo this edging, which I absolutely loved. You do have to do that for the neckline, but that's just kind of pretty typical. The difference I made, because my bust is larger than my natural waist, I tend to have to go up a size for the bust, and then I do side decreases. So I did do that on this. And I don't think I really had a method to it. I just kind of went about maybe like an inch or 2 from the underarm, and then I made a couple of decreases kind of, every odd row that I kind of thought would be the odd row, and then I started doing it every inch or so decrease until it was about right, and I absolutely love it. I think it is super cute. I have many pictures of how this fits on my Ravelry, but I love it. Definitely a winner. I will definitely make more of these in the future. Alrighty, and then I know I'm kind of speeding through this. This is going to be just a kind of a quick update type of video, because that's probably how these are going to be for a while I'm starting my new job. I'll be working full-time, so I'll just see what I can do. Again, this is just a hobby for me. This isn't my job by any means to post on here, but I just thought it would be fun to kind of catch up with all of you, show y'all what I've been kind of working on. And yeah, so I recently got a sewing bug where I just wanted to start sewing a dress. So I bought the Hazel pattern from Rosery Apparel on her website, and I bought the digital pattern, and then once I got that, I had a local to me printing company print the paper out for me so I can cut out my pieces and go from there, because I do not like printing off mass loads of paper and taping them together and cutting them out. So I just paid, I think the place was only like $2 or something, or like $4. It wasn't very much. and to me that's worth it, since it's a pattern I will more than likely be making again, because I am very happy with myself with how this dress turned out. It is the first garment I have sewn where I feel so confident wearing this piece because it turned out so beautifully. Like, I would say borderline this could have been purchased at a store. So I will show you my dress. It is so pretty. Oh, it's a little wrinkly because I just wore it the other day to work. But it turned out so fabulous. Like, absolutely adore it. It also has pockets. The design, you don't have to put in pockets, but the pattern does come with pockets. And then there is bust darts along the front, and there are also some back darts through here for shaping. Has a gathered waist and these adorably cute straps. Like, oh my god, it is so cute. It has an interfacing kind of lining in the front to just give some stability when you're wearing it. And I went and I serged all my rough edges just to make it look a little bit nicer and neater inside, and to hopefully keep the structure there, because I will be wearing this a lot. Absolutely loved the pattern. She actually has a video on her YouTube to like kind of walk you through it, which I needed hand holding, and that was so helpful because I've never sewn in a zipper before. This is not perfect by any means because this is supposed to be an invisible zipper, and you can obviously see the zipper, but I figured it would be fine. You know, it is what it is. It was my first zipper ever, and honestly, I think it still fits perfect. But yeah, it was so much fun. Highly recommend, you know, giving that a go if you're into sewing. Oh, so absolutely perfect. So my bust is about 98 centimeters, and so I was, I think, a size 14 in her pattern. So if that helps you kind of estimate like what you should be or whatever, then do that. I don't know if that helps by any means. But yeah, I didn't make any modifications on this at all. I just went strictly what she told me to do because I am not a seasoned sewist or a seamstress or anything of that nature. I'm trying to think, not the yarn, but the fabric I used is a natural linen from Joann Fabrics. I bought this quite a while ago. I believe it was on sale for like 30% off at the time. It is lightweight, like you can kind of see through it in certain aspects, maybe not right now because I have my blinds closed, but I would say once it is all sewn together though, it is quite hefty. I've not weighed it, but she is a hefty girl. Like, I can feel it when I'm wearing it. This skirt, just all of this fabric that's been gathered, it is quite substantially heavy, but not horrible. Like, if it were any like heavier than this, I would be pretty sad putting in all this work for it. But next time I make this dress, I'm probably gonna find something a little bit more lightweight and more flowy. But I thought this was absolutely adorable. I am looking forward to buying more of her patterns and making up more of her dresses and skirts because she has great, absolutely fabulous patterns. So that is that. And yeah, so a lot of these things, a lot of my knitted items are on my Ravelry. I'm liveinstitches over there, all lowercased. It's also, if you need it, it's in the description. It says it right there if you want to take a closer look at some of the pictures. Just because I'm not going to go through and try on all of these tank tops. Or my dress. You can look at my Instagram too. That's where I post most of my items, which I'm also liveinstitches on Instagram, so you can always go and check that out there if you want to see more of those items. As for now, I will show you what I've been working on currently. I needed a break from my tank tops and cotton yarns. So I started making sweater, and this is the Harlow V-neck sweater by Kadri. And I'm making mine out of this beautiful Berroco Lanas light yarn. It's 100% wool. It doesn't say what kind of wool, it just says 100% wool. Doesn't give a colorway, it just says a number, but it's just a beautiful brown, kind of heathered yarn. And then for the mohair, I'm holding Knitting for Olive, the soft silk mohair in the colorway Copper. I think it's so pretty, the two of these. I bought these at Wild Fibers, a local yarn shop to me here in Washington. And so I'm pairing these two beauties together. And I have been on a roll. This is the only thing I'm working on right now. I'm very monogamous at this point. And I just last night connected the underarms to the body. Or the underarm, like I connected the front side and back side together at the underarms. There we go. So this is what she is looking like so far, a little bit curled up on herself, but it is so pretty. I love it. Absolutely love it. I am making the size large because in her notes on the pattern it suggests if you know your bust is this, then you want this much ease, so knit this size if that's what you want. And so that is why I'm knitting a size large. I wanted, you know, a lot of positive ease. So yeah, I think it is turning out absolutely lovely. There's been a couple of different techniques to start this that I thought was really interesting. I don't want to give too much away just because it is a paid pattern, but I will show that it does the way that you cast on and start. You get this beautiful seam that goes up the shoulder, which I think is gorgeous. And I love that it has a really big V-neck neckline. I am so excited about that. I don't have a V-neck sweater quite yet. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've gotten so far this morning after connecting. So yeah, I'm just going to be knitting away on this while I can. I am almost finished with the first skein of yarn here. So once I finish this, I'm going to go and connect my next ball and do the neckline because I am sick of having this gaping hole. I don't know if anyone else does that, but it's like I've always been like someone that will stop after I finish off a skein and then do the sleeves. So I think I'm going to do the neckline and sleeves next here in a minute. And yeah, I'll be able to show y'all a little bit more next video. Whenever that may be. I don't want to make any promises, but we will see. Other than that, that is pretty much all I have to talk about. Oh wait, no, there's one other project. I don't know if I have it. I almost forgot. So I purchased the Camisole number 9 pattern from My Favorite Things Knitwear. I played with this a little bit. I started it, but I haven't made too much progress on it. And so I bought 3 skeins of Knitting for Olive, the Merino, just Merino. Sorry, it's been in my bag. It has like cat hair all over it. But it is the Licorice colorway. So I bought 3 skeins. I honestly have already forgot what size I'm making. It's on my Ravelry if you're really wondering. I know, I'm like the worst knitting podcaster at the moment, not remembering that. But yeah, I've just gotten to this point where I've got 2 straps going on and I made like maybe a centimeter of work. But yeah, I just started that. I needed something to work on, and then I started feeling guilty because I needed to finish the mini mock neck tank that has been hibernating forever. So I hopped over there and finished that. I finished this tank top, and then my hands needed a break, so I started working on the V-neck sweater. And so this one's been languishing, but I'll get back to this one after I'm done with the sweater. Also, I will say the dress project I was working on in the last video that I showed very momentarily, and this yarn, the Safron, I frogged that. I just got to a point where I think that the yarn did need to be thicker. I thought that it would work out, but it got to a point where I tried it on and it was really gapey, and that wasn't kind of what I was going for. So I just frogged the whole thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yarn. I'm just gonna put it back in my stash, let it sit there, and I don't know, maybe next summer I'll think of a different kind of dress. I don't know. But just an update on that. And yeah, that's really all I have. Very quick, short and sweet video. I have missed filming, you know, my weekly little updates. It seems to be the best for me, but this video is just gonna have to be short, sweet, and yeah, little update for y'all. And yeah, go and follow me on Instagram. Honestly, I'm most active on there, so, and even that, I'm not like posting every day. I'm not spamming accounts with like constant, you know, feed stuff. It's just I'm just a normal average person. I just post whenever I feel like it. But if y'all want to see any of these things that I've shown and want to be more, see more, whatever, I'm on there. If you need more details on any of the items I've shown, go over to my Ravelry. It's all on there. I will do my best to link what I can down below, but again, it's easier just to go to my Ravelry. I hope y'all all have a great day and a fabulous weekend, and yeah, I will update y'all a little bit later on next month about all the little things I have going on. Love you all. Bye.